I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
Nintendo.
You too will come to understand fear as I have.
Alright. Yo, Shantok, how goes it? Just jump right in. This I remember. Does she look up at something? What is she looking up at exactly? Maybe we get the Sandy effect. Element of love? Yes, I do. Welcome. Literally every year.
Who are you?
I am your lord and conqueror.
What manner of forsaken being are you?
So, you can see me in my true form. You are a gifted man. Take this one and use him as the foundation for the pillar. He is special and should be given a special place among the suffering.
I believe in early versions of the game, that character was meant to be playable, and if not, there's a character who looks pretty similar to him in various art pieces. And they kept him in as a cameo. Or some version of him. Might sneeze right now. I'm gonna mute myself. Oh, wait, managed to avoid sneezing. Yeah, that also explain how he can see Pius's true form without Pius revealing it. Somebody of some significance. But no, they cut out his chapter. Or went a different way. I can play it again? Oh, what? Weird? I didn't know that. I only have 4 notes. Oh, wait. This is weird. I didn't know you could. It lets you do that after. I guess that makes sense because it's still in the same state, so it's. That's all you get? You get 4 notes? They forgot to put the proper accidentals, but. Anyway.
Much has been written about the exploits of conquerors. In the context of history, one man's champion is another man's nemesis, hero or murderer. Much has been written, but what has not is far more interesting. The Tome of Eternal Darkness mentions a Venetian artist and architect of the Renaissance named Roberto Bianchi. Roaming abroad to find inspiration, he was captured by a warlord expanding his empire. He forced Roberto to use his architectural and engineering skills to construct a monument to his greatness. To complete his task, he must survey the site.
Survey the site quickly, dog, and maybe you'll live long enough to see the sacrament's construction. Did you think we would trust you, Bianchi? Even though you are graced with the generosity of our liege, you are still his prisoner. As I said, finish your work quickly, and maybe we'll drag you out of this hole.
A survey. Alright. It's a shame, though. I like Roberto's concept a lot. It's just he doesn't get as much characterization because he doesn't chat at all. He doesn't talk at all in this first scene. This is my favorite area in the game. I wouldn't say this particular instance of it, necessarily, but yeah, anytime you come back to the Forbidden City. I'm all down for it. Looking for answers to questions that can't be answered, dang. Been there. Haven't we all been there? Maybe not in a Forbidden City, but... that. Okay, you have fun. Walk over this way. Even though nothing this way except the camera. We're being observed right now. Attack the camera. Okay, I'm not gonna... Wait, maybe I should kill you with this torch. Kill you with the most insulting weapon possible. Okay, we're not doing that. That would take too long. If it was another enemy type, we could probably punch him more easily. This chapter, you actually don't get the book for a while. We're gonna do most of the earlier chapters. Takes a good bit of time. I guess in Max's level it takes a good bit of time too, but I don't know, it feels more pronounced here. If only because we're already in the Forbidden City as opposed to exploring the regular mansion. Just already feels spookier. Burn. Oh, did we not pick up the cross? Was there a crossbow in that room? We just missed it. I forget where that weapon comes from. I don't need it. So, Ren, how come you're there? Oh, well, they explained it earlier. You see, we have the grace of our liege. It's like making a reservation. The important thing, not that reservations are hard to get. No one gets reservations. It's about being inside the circle that matters. Hello, Normal Syndrome, welcome. Thanks for the 5 bits and the good luck, even though I'm just playing a game. Welcome. He gave himself permission. He made the circle. Oh, hello. I'm gonna run past you guys. Maybe the crossbow? Yeah, but okay, that's... Okay, they give you bullets before, or arrows before. Thinking it, there's no way I missed it. Guess I don't always just pick up the bolts early. You see, it takes a good bit of time. Want to talk, dude? Babbles incoherently about worms devouring his countrymen. Oh, that's certainly something I will not comment on. Yep, and there we go. I knew it. Had to be this room. Now it's starting to sink in. Poor Paul. Now, magic. He confesses to his cowardice as he stayed behind. And, sorry, dude, I have to apologize in advance for this. I did that to take care of all the trappers because I'm not sure if the range is infinite per se, but it's at least what the size of every room. So in practice, it is infinite range, and it homes onto things. The magic attack homes on. So it's just more pragmatic than. Oh, hello. More pragmatic than taking care of them individually. No, dude. You keep that to yourself. I'll leave that later. Is it gonna... It's gonna... Okay, I'll keep my sanity a little. I usually keep it a little high. The beginning of the chapter. We can keep it a little lower now. Oh, there are 2 horrors, and one of them won. Yeah, look at that. The blue... Yep. Alignments. It gives sanity effects. Oh, dang it, I thought I pressed the button too soon. I pressed it like a split second. Enemies, lots of enemies. Take care. Okay, I don't want my sanity too low, though. Actually, did I expel that? Here, let me... Because I can't go back here. This is the reveal magic one. Oh, okay. Check. Narukath, Red Gamor. Kind of power going up. Aiken Vale. Welcome. Goes well. Just started. Barely 20 minutes ago. Goes well. How about you? Oh, nope. Wrong alignment. You guys have your fun. I'm just gonna grab this key. Thanks. And here we go. Sapphire Effigy. Dude, technically you can miss that. But the game telegraphs it pretty easily. The game even rumbles when you're near it. That's good. No, I will not survey this area, thank you. Guys having fun? Guys just doing some surveying around here? And... Can't touch me. And okay, I got cocky there. Hey, Reverend Saki Grandpa.
Ah, sweet Alex. Many centuries I've waited for you. You are mine. Don't disappoint me now. I've waited such a long time, Alex.
Never! I know what you are. I've seen what happened.
Yep, thus revealing that
Try to fight me, but in the end you shall succumb to my desires. My foolish child, you don't even know your own destiny.
Get away from me!
Yep, revealing that no, Grandpa was not creepy, weird. Well, maybe he was weird, but he was not antagonistic against Alex. That was just Pius pretending to be Grandpa for a bit. And here's where you'll start seeing me running in circles. Because magic is based on running, based on movement. This is the first chapter of several to come where you will see me just run in circles. If not at this exact same spot when we revisit this chapter later. The magic pool, thankfully, means we have infinite running. How'd you get here without your own magic shield? About worms. Yeah, another guy said that earlier. I haven't gotten too many sanity effects. Although I guess that's just the nature of it. Sometimes they're random, so. Okay. Worms. Worms, man. Just barely enough magic. Wonder if we were just exit and enter repeatedly. Will we trigger a new sanity effect? Oh, come on, game. I want to see something weird and creepy, game. Give it to me. Oh, curse you. More circles. What? Oh, okay. Didn't have enough space. Fortunately, when that happens, the game gives you your magic back, so to speak. You can even see the bar there. The bar there was increasing back up. Zombies can open doors, but not pick up things. Dang, just like in real life. Yeah, we're just gonna run all the way through this. Don't you worry. Did he spawn a trap? He always spawns a trapper. Wait. I don't have a match for anything. Okay, I want to take care of the trapper. He was more of the annoyance at that point.
Venture no further, or be struck down where you stand.
Who? What?
I am the guardian of this temple, the Forbidden City. None shall enter except the
Hey,
chosen.
Chandra.
Speak. You are the chosen. For many years I have tested those who came here, and all have failed. You are unaffected by the power I wield, and thus must surely be the chosen.
I?
Once I was as you were, confused and without answers, yet they came in time. Now my duty is complete. I can finally rest. My sacrifice was not in vain.
I'm assuming that because he hit me with green, like the reason why I was Roberto glow green was because we were guarding this artifact. I can't remember if that's the same way, depending on the other alignments. If we started with a different alignment, like if I had done Ulyaoth, and in turn he would have been guarding something else, would have been hit with different magic, so to speak. Ruby Effigy, yep. Appears to be an incredibly ancient shrine to the ancients, as noted in the tome. Yep, and now I have to backtrack all the way to the beginning. At the very least, it's not like the last chapter where we had to backtrack all the way basically to the beginning and then all the way back. And hey, it's this room again. But it has no use, but they left it in though. Yep, magic pool lets me run infinitely. Hey, dude. Bye, dude. Is there another zombie in here? Didn't I run by? Or maybe he despawned. Damn, we didn't really get any sandy effects. A shame. I haven't kept my sanity too high, but that's the luck of the draw. They are random. This chapter tends to not take too long anyway. I think because the last chapter lasts so long, they followed it up with a bit of a shorter one. There's no sanity effects in this chapter. Dang. Pulling out in the game. Well, that was it. The shortest chapters in the game.
And what news do you bring me, Architect?
The foundations are infested. Demons and devils. Many lives will be lost if you try to build there.
You have done well to complete your goal, Bianchi. The construction will continue as planned.
But the demons! You'd be insane to build there.
Silence, dog! What dwells beneath the Forbidden City is the very reason it was built. For you to understand, you must witness it firsthand. Let me educate you. Guards! Put this one with the others of the sacrifice. I am the Scourge of God, appointed to chastise you, since no one knows the remedy for your iniquity except me. You are wicked, but I am more wicked than you, so be silent. Now you, Architect, you are about to make your largest contribution to this project.
You don't see that in a lot of games or a lot of stories in general. Meanwhile, in space. And this is an easy one, and probably one of the shortest lines for the page, except maybe barring like the first page after the first chapter, where the page is literally right there. All you do is walk up, you examine at the picture of the pillar of flesh, and hey, look at that, a chapter page. And one of my favorite chapters coming up.
The Black Guardian grows restless, my liege. Its hunger increases, and the binding continues to weaken. We feed it flesh, but I fear it will not guard the relic too much longer.
There is no choice in the matter. It must remain and guard the artifact until the time of planetary alignment. After that, the Guardian may return to its lair. Our master does not like failure. It is imperative to keep the binding intact.
Then we have to find more flesh and bone.
Alright, thanks, Pies. Save for good measure. Today will be a shorter stream, because I did a little bit more of the game last time. I tend to be like 60-40. First stream is 60% of the game. Dummy. Then the next stream is a little less, just... I don't know, just feels a better pace that way. Anyway.
The war to end all wars redefined how mankind looked at war and the value of human life. Over 19,000 men lost their lives every day in the trenches of the Somme. Some say uselessly, some invoke a higher cause. I read accounts of the slaughter from many journalists who spent time in the trenches, but I found the account of a certain Peter Jacob to be the most horrible of all. His implication about the ancients' involvement with the war was hideous and so obvious. With the horror of the Battle of the Somme scant miles away and the distant echoes of pounding artillery, a young journalist named Peter Jacob researched his latest story from the front lines. His grim task brought him to Oubliette Cathedral, now transformed into a field hospital.
I find no solace in the purpose behind all the senseless violence that surrounds me. Young men die at a rate unheard of in centuries of warfare. Shelling, machine guns, and mustard gas rip, pierce, and burn their flesh. Men soak gauze in their own urine to stop the insidious gas. The hospitals here cannot cope with the torrent of wounded.
Hey, nice letter for us. Depending on how you want to take it, you could maybe assume that Pius, as machinations, had in some way influenced World War I and in the story. Just based on the context of the last scene, where a servant has said, well, we need more flesh and bone. I'm not sure if I necessarily would prefer that interpretation myself, as opposed to, you know, maybe they were fanning the flames of the political situation, but in some ways they were probably just taking advantage of what they could. Yeah, it depends on how you want to take it, especially because they dealt with Charlemagne the Frank earlier, and they were clearly involved in politics there. So yeah, maybe they had some hand, but it may have been a matter of just them making the situation worse, as opposed to, you know, causing it outright, being the sole cause. Colonel Jack, or Private Jackson, excuse me. He's not a colonel yet. Something, something, let it die reference. Admitted to the hospital on Tuesday. The damage caused to my legs was slight, but there's no way I could ever walk normally again. I hate this place. Every day I'm reminded that I will never be able to do the things I love. The hospital is a very strange place. Converted from an old cathedral, there is an odd atmosphere around it. Silent, but for the words of the wounded calling out in the night. There is no doubt it is haunted. What I find most odd in this place is that you never see anyone leave during the day. It's not right. No goodbyes or farewells. Just an empty bed when you... Hey, dude. Oh, dang. The only true heroes are in the mortuary. Yep. Locked door. Well, not locked, but blocked. Yep, can't go there yet. Oh, I like this guy, because he's guarding the organ. Yep, I like his description. He explains that it is one of the few antiques in the region that has so far survived the war. While he's alive, it will remain intact. Taking it into his own hands. Hey, they're soldiers' orders. Rally in the streets. God save the king. Lucky penny. has held sentimental value for someone. I never really used the flash pan. Perhaps, in the interest of keeping things fresh. I should use... In fact, what happens if I use it on a regular character? What happens? Nurse, where are you? I'm sorry, Nurse. I'm sorry I have to do this to you. Oh, did nothing. I didn't expect it to, but I was curious. Anything up here? At first. Oh, hello, Nurse. Oh, I didn't talk to her. Oh. Yeah, there's... Well, I knew there was nothing up here. I'm just... Just curious. Like, nothing mandatory, that is. Yeah, and there's nothing up here, except we can come up here because, I don't know, it's fun. Alright, time for things to go down. Well, I guess for our sake, considering we're in the midst of a literal world war, I think things are pretty south as is. Perhaps waiting for a replacement. Perhaps a call to arms. There we go. Alright, later, dude. Have fun. Yep. Propaganda posters on... Oh, bodies here. And then we pick up a gun. And of course, things go south. Oh, no, we have a flashbang. Can we take a picture of here and show it to people? And poor Roberto. There we go. Bone thief. Wait, what? Did that actually stun it? I mean, it's not going after me. It did stun it. Okay, I was just expecting, I guess, a more exaggerated effect there. Oh. Okay, you two have your fun. I saved the nurse. Wait. Idea. Oh, rip. I couldn't say. Wait, what happens if I leave? Can I save the nurse again? Got an idea. kind of idea. And then damage field. We protect the nurse. How much ammo do I have? Not a lot, but... Oh, he's dead! Nice! Oh, is she getting injured by the... Oh, dude! She got injured by the damage field. I didn't even think of that. Well, sorry. Oh, that's... More... Oh. That's so morbidly funny. Dang, I tried to save her, and then I ended up being... Dang it, I tried to save you! Interesting, though, that you can save the nurse. I wonder if she has a comment if you do. Guess we'll never know. Oh. Zombies. Oh, I forgot to enchant my sword. That's fine. Get off me. Get off. In theory, I could do the level 5 enchant, which wouldn't only just make the spell last longer, it would also make it stronger. I'm pretty sure. But I find that's not really necessary. Obligatory torch. The catch, though, is that I know this game really well, so... I don't really need that extra crutch. Oh, hello! I was about to say, can I win this? But no, the game will force you in helplessness. In theory, I could have handled that. Really heavy on the bone thieves, this chapter. Oh, the guard lies dead. That's where the guy went. After all, isn't this where the death certificates are written? Pretty sure this room was built after the fact. As in, the first time we see this room ever. And last time, because this is the last time we see this level. Ammo all about. Yeah, Liquid, welcome. How good is it? The victim of the cathedral, rather than by bullets or bayonet. Dang. Doing alright. Admittedly a slight headache, but used to it. But hey, I'm playing one of my favorite games for the millionth time, so did it all be that bad? Fuse appears to be missing, and okay, well, we don't have anything resembling a fuse except for our lucky penny. Oh, I skipped a step. Or did I? I skipped a step. Eventually. There we go. Forgot. Okay, now we lucky penny it up. Amazingly, it works. We have power again. The door's unlocked, but it won't open. So something is blocking the door. But hey, there's a convenient little hole here. Yep, dead body. To teleport him away. Now, if we visit the Trevor dimension later, we'll actually see his body there. Store coal. Resupplies a long way off. And a circle of power. Admittedly, I do think they give you the circles of power, 5-point and the 7-point, a little too close to each other. Like, I feel like they could have let you toy around with a 5-point a little longer, but maybe they couldn't think of a better place to put it. And we did get the 5-point in the cathedral as well. They might have wanted you to get both ones and just you came back to the cathedral pretty quickly. Either way. Alright, time for some spell making. So we want oh, no, not that. Paragon it up. I'll just assign that now. Oh. Then check. Knockout Red Gamorm. Yeah, I don't know why I said this last stream. I don't know why I use the D-pad for menuing here. I just do. I don't know, the D-pad was made for menuing. Summon creature. Shield is protect self. Like I wouldn't. No one uses the D-pad on a game to control her movement. What is it? Wait. Well, unless you're playing like the Resident Evil remake, which I do use the D-pad for movement. So dang it, I disproved myself. Oh, dang it, you weren't looking, dude. Ugh. Self. There we go. That wasn't looking closely enough there. Sign, blue. There we go. I'm just putting on the spells I know I'll need 7 point. You don't actually need to put every spell necessarily in 7 point immediately. You can just wait if you want, or you know which ones. But in theory, you could just leave some untouched for a while unless you need them. But I think by the end of the game, you will have to use a 7 point of at least the mandatory ones. So you'll have to do a 7 point enchant, a 7 point reveal, a 7 point summon enemy. Shield is protective. You don't need a shield to beat the... Well, yes, you do, actually. Never mind, yeah. Damage field is the one that's technically optional. If not outright optional. You don't really need it to beat the game. I think, yeah, now that I think about it, there's only one spell you don't really need to beat the game, and that's damage field. It's a protective spell. You don't need it, per se. But it makes sense because enemies, or just for various points, they have a damage field set up, so they want to give you the damage field too. Yeah, you do eventually need most spells to be 7 point, but you don't need them immediately. You can just wait. Also, I just realized recover is technically also purely optional. Like, if you don't take damage, or you keep your sanity up from killing enemies the right way, you don't need to recover. Anyway, let me put enchant up. In fact, you can even skip the 5 point spell for a lot of them. Look, I didn't even do the 5 point for enchant item. And let's just do that. Since I'm already talking, I think ready more. Okay, now we can. Oh, is that blood coming from the ceiling? Blood coming from the ceiling. I hate it when that happens. Indeed. And... okay. Dang, poor stained glass. Reminded of Midori Kawa's level in No More Heroes 3, where there is blood coming from the walls. A well-preserved pipe organ. I knew there was one more. At the very least, one more. You die now. Oh, my sanity that low. Hey, more stained glass. That survived. Oh, come on, dude. You can see out here. I hear another one. They really went wild on the bone thieves in this chapter. So here you go, the 7 point reveal in this one. This is one of my favorite chapters in the game. I think the atmosphere works really nicely. I also do like the... yes, I do like the environment a lot. Albeit they're also less backtracking compared to the earlier time we visited this level, so that also helps in its favor. You know, a church, a cathedral turned into a... basically a med bay of sorts. The novel idea. For a game setting. Game area. Oh, hello. Goodbye. We'll do this. Let's clear out this room, actually. Oh, I thought you died. Are you dead? You're not dead yet. Thank you. And this is the dispel magic? Oh no, I'm thinking of the earlier chapter where we have to do that. And, this area again. Convenient magical elixir. Dang. This is a really neat environment. I mean, looking at it, this sacrificial altar in the basement, above a large chasm. And I've said this before at a few other angles. This is very much a Resident Evil camera angle. I could see a Resident Evil game or any fixed camera game just using this exact angle for something like this. Restore all of Peter's magical energy. Oh. Dang, why would they give us this so generously? And that's the only magic elixir you get in the game. I do wonder, there's a later chapter where I really wish they gave you like a vial of magical elixir. I think that'd be nice. The Shentak guy. Not the next chapter, but the chapter after it, where I really wish they had given you like a vial of magical elixir. Oh, dang it, you saw me. Oh, I missed Soldier Letter number 2. Ow, rip. I kind of don't want to backtrack, because that might be a backtrack. Where'd it be? Well, no, it's not that much of a backtrack. Darn it, I want to find Soldier Letter number 2. Okay, you guys have fun. Darn it, we're gonna find Soldier Letter number 2. It's not necessary, but I want it, darn it. And it might mean that we'll see some sanity effects along the way. Okay. They added extra walking sound effects to make it sound like somebody's following me. Let's try this again. Where is it? Where is soldier letter number 2? I feel like it has to be downstairs. Or maybe in the old cathedral. It might be in the old cathedral. Fine, I think we've actually killed all the enemies in the game. Enemies... Unless there's a respawn rate that is extraordinarily high, or I guess, I meant, well, the amount of time, I mean. Which I guess would make it a low respawn rate. Yeah, anyway, semantics. But I've never seen enemies respawn. There's a finite amount of enemies. You could, in theory, kill everything. Dang, I forget where soldier letter number 2 is. It might be in the old tower, now that I think about it. I mean, if I can't find it, I can't find it, but there are only so many places you can find a letter. I don't think it's in here, but we're gonna check anyway. Huh, where might it be? If I don't find it, I don't find it. It is what it is. Don't see it on any of the tables over here. This is the table we started at. I can think of one other place I forgot to check, actually. It would have to have spawned after. I already visited this area, although it's... Oh, hello. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's possible it was there. Yeah, I think it was there already. I just missed it because it's admittedly a little easy to miss. Anyway, there we go. I've been here for over a week, and there's no word when I will be allowed to leave. Strange things have happened. At night, the sounds of the hospital change. Echoes of voices that don't belong to anyone haunt the walls and corridors. The restless ghosts, perhaps, or sounds of movement, or whisper. I have seen war firsthand, and the sounds at night in this hospital scare me more than I ever thought possible. What is going on here at night? Why do I feel so threatened? My fears were worsened by the talk of the other young soldiers. One said he heard cries for help in the middle of the night, cries that were only answered by snarls of rage, and not compassion. Another said Lance Corporal Haskell had not been discharged, but had gone missing. I stare at his empty bed, the sense of unholy dread gnawing at my heart. It's been 2 weeks since Haskell went missing, and I'm afraid to go to sleep. More than once, I saw shadows of people moving past my bed, peeking through the blinds to see a wounded soldier being taken from his bed, drugged and delirious in the dead of night, never to be seen again. As Haskell was, perhaps as I will be. What happened to them, I don't know. I'm afraid to ask what happened, for I know that I would surely be the next one to be taken into the darkness. There we go. Okay, you have your fun there. You're not stealing my bones. Here, I'm gonna use my spell now, actually. Because by the time I get back to where I need to be, it'll have recharged, so I can do another spell. See, I'm walking so fast with my infinite running that I outrun the sigil quite a bit. Power of running. Ew, what? To which thing? Oddly shaped keys. Carved from what appears to be a large bone. Dang, smaller bones. Talk about skeleton key. Oh, come on. Actually, let me do. Actually, maybe it would be advantageous to use a recover rather than using a bunch of little ones. Hello? There we go, and hey, what's this? Not that. What's this? A convenient scroll mounted upon the wall. Why would it be here, of all places? Here in this corridor? Of course, we've been using magical attack for the past 3 or 4 chapters. It's something you can create early. But hey, thanks for the scroll. It's this one we've been using. Okay. Do a little bit of running. I could use the elixir now, but might want to save that. I know what. Use it now. In theory, I wouldn't need all of it to win. Okay, let's save. And here we go. Peter senses an unbearable evil beyond that door. There it is. Essence of Ulyaoth. It's an evil lobster. Also one of the best tracks in the game, coming up.
You bore me flesh and bone.
Oh, pff. Come on. Behave, please. Not being very nice. Ooh, I perhaps should have gone side to side. He's great. Ooh. Ow. He's just not behaving right now. Ooh, what is betting that? Dude, can you behave? He is not friendly right now. Haven't seen that attack where he draws me in with his tongue in a very long time. Still got it. Still got a 7-point attack on him, though. That's what I was waiting for. He wasn't going... It took him forever to do that. Let's... He might go weak now. He can smash his own guys, though. That kind of thing is fun. Ow. Again, the music. Amazing. Let's give this a work. Pursue. It worked! Mmm! Oh, he looks a little concerned here. Hey, he was just not being nice initially. That first phase, he wasn't being very nice. Ooh, not yet. Here, let me do it now. There we go. Oh yeah, it's great. It's probably the biggest enemy. Oh, my timing was off. The enemy shifts. Tend not to be too significant, but this is a bit more significant. It's possible it was just too far, actually. That's the one my spell didn't hit in time. There we go. Okay, okay, he was just being a little difficult, you could say, at the beginning. Now that I think about it, because I've done the alignments, I haven't fought this version of the Black Guardian since 2020. It's been 4 years. Based on how the alignments, have we done the alignments, so. So I haven't seen this guy in 4 years, so there you go. Yeah, he's a lot of fun. Yeah, he was just badly behaving in that first phase. How dare he? This game does not have a lot of boss battles, but hey, the ones that we get are a lot of fun. Oh, Peter shouldn't leave the hall. They put flavor text here. Oh, that's so cool, man. I didn't know they did that. Has the essence of he shouldn't leave unless he has the MacGuffin. The artifact lies unguarded at the other end of the binding hall. And yo, Weeder, welcome. Hope your stream and speedrunning shenanigans went well. Welcome. Be funny if they let you leave the MacGuffin, albeit obviously there would be no rest of the game after that. Oh, very nice. I'm actually reminded, in the game Super Paper Mario, of all games, at the beginning, one of the characters gives you, you know, the main MacGuffins, the Pure Heart. A Pure Heart, rather. And you can collect a bunch of them. But you can actually say no to him. Several times. Each time becoming more frantic. Until the end, he basically gives up, be like, okay, the world is doomed, and you get a game over. And mind you, this is literally before you even get control of Mario. It happens when you're just mashing through text. Alas, you can't do that here. You can't leave the essence, which probably is a good thing. Oh, very nice. I'm having fun with that. The shred of... You see, had he touched... Had he touched the artifact, we would have gotten Pie's situation all over again. Most annoying... this chapter is one of my favorites. But if you talk about the next chapter, unfortunately... Yeah.
And that was how I came by it. I know it sounds crazy, but there you have it. The only proof I have is that statue.
The one after I like. Well, it's because they give you guns. It's cathartic.
I've seen one like it before.
You have?
Yes. Very rare, though. Very obscure.
I've had experts take a look at it, and none of them know what it is.
And you do.
And you do.
I'm somewhat of an expert on these things myself. An interest I developed a long time ago while I was a young man.
Fair enough.
Then you should keep it. Lord knows I have no interest in it. I am sure it's the cause of my sleeplessness. I keep thinking about it, as if it's calling out to me.
Then a drink, perhaps. For the gift. For an unusual objet d'art.
As you get further into the game, we actually start winning. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the characters who have guns, essentially, even though these aren't the best guns, they start surviving. But there's also that sense of they're getting the knowledge from others in the tome book. So they're learning, and learning just a bit. But you will notice the characters that start surviving have guns. Even you could say that Max, no one believed him, but he did survive. He wound up in an insane asylum because he broke. He couldn't handle it. But Max did, in fact, have access to guns. Wonder if we can get the blood out.
Help me! Please help me! I can't get the blood out!
Oh, okay, just making sure. Hey dude, just leave the package at the door. Shotgun. I think it does make it creepier in that we haven't encountered a single enemy playing as Alex. And we keep getting guns. I tend to take my time in this game, relatively speaking. So my playthroughs tend to be like 8-ish, maybe 9 hours. If I'm really playing it slowly, but I know the game well enough where even knowing the game and showing off the bits that I want to. Yeah, just about 8 or 9 hours. Closer to 8, I think. Oh, mechanical device. A locking mechanism is fixed at the top. Okay. Oh, thunder. Well, we'll leave that be for a bit. There's a safe. Huh. If only Alex had a stethoscope. Subtle game. Well, keep the trick. They don't update the model, though. You can still see it's missing something. Oh, hello. There's blood there. Okay. And hey, the bathroom we couldn't access before is open. What does Max have to say? I sought to love all, yet now love causes me pain and suffering. I have learned to fear nothing, although it is nothing that I fear most. All that were loyal to me now number amongst my worst enemies. This is a good letter. Antique medicine cabinet.
You are not free to leave this plane until you complete a task for me. You are to hunt and kill the master of this house. Do this one thing, and you will be free. Else fear the wrath of Chattur'gha. Everything is complete for your arrival, Master. Now we must wait for the planets to align, and that is not too many years from now. Another Roivus has crossed our path. This time, we will not be so merciful.
Wonder who that could be.
He will meet such a horrible death that the rest of the line will never set foot in his house again.
Hear about that? Alright. Next chapter, and none other than Grandpa himself.
education in psychiatry did not prepare me. I would love to see how Freud's view of his mother would change with the knowledge of Chattur'gha. How Skinner would incorporate Xelotharth into his behaviorist theories.
How Jung.
How Jung would accommodate Ulioth into his theory of the collective unconscious. Like my ancestor Maximilian, I too had an interest in my family tree. As a psychiatrist, I believed that science could provide answers into my family's sordid, bizarre past. It was with great excitement that I began my search. The mansion's history was filled with my colorful predecessors. Everything from convicted and hung witches to committed madmen, each laying their own peculiar mark on its character. I intended to find their secrets.
What do we have but liquid courage? Small flask of the old sauce. Using this, regain sanity. That's one way to view it. Oracle journal. Always gotta love the family tree with someone hanging from it. History of the Rivas family. Oh, look at that. Clock. And cutscene.
You know who I am, Edward. Although you are doing your best not to believe it, I am, or was, Maximilian Roivas, your ancestor. I died in an asylum after trying to warn the world. The pain and anguish I felt in that cell has empowered me to linger after my death. I must complete what I started, Edward. The darkness must be stopped, or all of humanity may end. Sets the clock to the 33rd minute of the 3rd hour.
Subtle hint game. And random spell right here, although you can maybe make the assumption Max put it there. Oh, we've been using that. Don't have the tone book yet, though. We only have them in hand, though. You can see that other wing has not been built. Other part of the mansion has not been built yet. So he's an academic, so he has high magic, high sanity, but it's a little spongy. He has low health and low stamina. Spongy might not be the right word there. Squishy? He can't take a lot of hits, is what I'm saying here. He's fragile. That might be the better word here. Has been used in quite some time. Bang. Gotta go with the piano because there's a nice bit of flavor text. Never learned the piano, but has not stopped him from hammering away at the keys now and again. It is very therapeutic. Perhaps one day he would learn it properly. Oh, here's our saber. Like Max used to use back in the day, remember that? Using the same weapons as their ancestor, imagine that? Is the statue here yet? Statue's not here yet. Ammo, we have no guns yet. The master bathroom is woefully Spartan. Oh, well, Nintendo still owns the rights to this. Now, Silicon Knights is quite dead. I'd prefer, I don't know, they just... Somebody makes a sequel. Oh! I forgot about that. They could do the Flower Sun Rain thing where they make a game that's connected, but they don't reveal that until part way through. There's enough texture in the world. A lot of implications in the world. Like, even like the Roivas family. Like, we only see a couple. We only see like 3 directly. Alex, the main character, then our grandpa, and then we see Max. But the implication is that the family has been working on it for generations. All this occult stuff. And there are other characters that they only imply or suggest, but nonetheless have significance. I think that'd be more interesting. But I think that no one's interested in touching this game, but it is I think well known in some circles, but it's also, hate to say it, but it's simply just didn't really sell too well. I mean, that's just gotta look at it from the business perspective, unfortunately. You can only get on the cult side so much. Yeah, exactly. And Shadow of the Eternal, that died. Hey, give me that elephant gun. Where's the key? Like, you can only go so far on the cult name. I think there are lots of factors, but I think it was a little too, maybe too niche for anybody to justify doing that. It's a shame, but to me, it's like, well, we got the one classic game, and sometimes that can be enough. Especially at that time. They also might feel uncomfortable with depending on how much what's left of Silicon Knights, how much the director would have say in it. They might not want to give him any attention, or not, or just because of that feel uncomfortable working on anything more. Too much baggage in that regard. At the very least, I would accept a remaster. If begrudgingly. The clock, the 33rd minute, 33rd hour. Hey, if they release a remaster for Switch, I could potentially use my GameCube controller for it. And hey, look at that.
Take them and use them. They are humanity's only hope. Destroy the Guardians, Edward, and avenge my waste and death.
Yeah, see, stuff like this room has significantly changed since the last time Max was in here. So I'd almost find it more appealing if they didn't remake it, if they simply created a story that maybe filled in some of the, maybe not filled in the gaps per se, but they cover a little bit of that texture, but then in turn build it from there, and they show, oh, there's another guy you didn't know about who was doing things behind the scenes. And it even goes back to, well, it was Maximilian where his father was saying things where, oh, we might have the tome, but we might have a copy of it. And I've gone back and forth whether I like the idea where the family did really have the tome, but perhaps maybe there were copies of it around with no magic per se. But then when the time comes for the right person to need it, They swapped it out. Mantarok swapped it out or something. So to speak. But I go back and forth. Not to mention, like, the book, like, we previously were in World War, we were in World War I with Peter Jacob. He got the tome anyway. I like the idea that the book sort of appears as it needs to be, and if there are copies, they could just swap it out for the right one. It depends on how you want to take it. Nothing stated there, but I know, I think it'd be interesting because, like I said, since the game shifts through time, in theory, if this book was in the family, well, it went to Peter Jacob. Even though, in theory, this book would have been in this exact room. Or perhaps it was just plopped in here when he needed it. Something like that. It depends how you want to view it. But here we go. Not to mention, there's Peter Jacob's account in there already. Meaning, the reason probably why Edward here was just not really... Well, not unsurprised, but so accepting of it was because he literally saw Peter Jacob in the book. Yeah, exactly. It's supernatural. It's living. It needs to be where it needs to be. Oh wait, that's time for... Oh, curse you. Why didn't you do that before when I pressed... that makes sense, though. Oh, wait. Oh. Sorry, maid. I'll be sure to give you a raise after this. See, this is the part I actually like. Oh! Okay. See, she doesn't have a bone thief in her, which makes sense. I knew that, but it also made me realize, oh wait, technically she's possessed and was dead, in a way, but you killed off a regular human. Yeah, I like this part a little more, because you're still in the mansion, and there's a monster, you're dealing with the monster. I think that has the right tension. It's the next part with Enga, which I think could have been done a little better. I like it, but yeah, I can also see how it wouldn't appeal to everyone. I do have at least, if not the optimal order of Enga, I at least have an order that they used to use in speedruns. I'm not sure if they use it now, depending on the category, but I do have an order. To make it a little more bearable. Get away from my servant. Sorry, my cup of water is next to my mic. That seemed particularly loud. Oh, shaken with his brush with death. He thanks me. Extra firepower would be handy. And there we go, the gun cabinet key. Elephant gun. And this is how they tell you. You can potentially lose this if you don't talk to the servant. That's how they tell you, modes. Now give me more ammo. The elephant gun is pretty fun. I think we would have found some. Right, the game will... Wait, no, I already got some, never mind. I don't know why I thought I didn't have any. Okay. I realized, wait a minute, I do have some. Why did I not think I didn't? But I think I didn't. And maybe they could have made this sequence a little faster paced, now that I think about it. Can be a little bit long between attacks. He's gonna be in the gun cabinet room later. I think that might be his next stop. Oh, I hear steps. Oh, I called it. Does this guy kind of look like a hunter from Resident Evil? Okay, waited until the spell was done. I was wondering what was going to happen there. I just waited for me to do the spell. I was wondering if it would cancel the spell, but give me back the magic. Yeah, like he kind of looks like a hunter to me. I don't know. Like a red, muscly hunter. The reason why I use pool is because it gives me effectively infinite running. Not necessarily to keep my health topped off, but to make sure I can just run infinitely. Let me in. I know you're in there. My growling sword wants in. I don't really know what causes him to trigger. I wonder if it's just a timer or a loading zone thing. That I don't know offhand. Clock. Set permanently to 3:33. No one bothers to fix the clock. Oh, hello, you're here. No, no. I mean, if it's in the center of the room, perhaps no one would think to touch it. It is where it's meant to be. When's the last time they make you fix a broken item with the repair spell? The enchant spell. It's been a while. They don't make you do that too often. Okay, I think because it'd be hysterical. Let's do a 7-point spell on my elephant gun. With the Mantarok rune, no less. Yeah, the thing with enchant, it's not just that it lasts longer with 7 points. It's that it's explicitly stronger as well. Oh, used key. Dummy. But let me break this first. Wait, what happens if I use my gun on it? I don't think that helped. There we go, that's what I wanted. Curse you. Curse you. Oh, ooh, 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 get away from me. Actually, what happens if I go back up? Will it follow me? I genuinely don't know. Or does he stay down there? Looks like he stays down there. I kind of feel like waiting around because we're getting into a very tedious section upcoming, so let's not waste any more time than I need to. See, the gun, the elephant gun is so strong it knocks him flat on his back. What happens if I do it finishing with the... I feel like I've done this before, but... Okay, yeah, it does still knock him back. That's pretty funny. Wait, is the shotgun where it is normally? Or... as Alex, that is? We haven't picked up a shotgun. I think it might be in this room, actually. There you go. That's what I thought. This weapon's actually really good. The elephant gun can be a little unwieldy, especially with the reload, but the shotgun is actually really nice. Here's to summon horror, but hey, we already made that spell. And this is where the pacing starts to dip a bit. As much as I love this game, the pacing does go downhill towards the end, and this is the beginning of it. Enga. These are miraculous. Guardians of Jaturga. Perhaps the tower serves as a focus, channeling great tides of energy into the city itself. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Put my running spell. Oh. Can't put the shield on yet. Can't put the shield on yet. Oh, hello. Just gonna run past you guys. Besides this environment taking forever to go through, unfortunately, there are very few sanity effects that can happen here. Let's have some liquid courage. How much sanity does that restore? Forget. Not much, but enough. And you don't even need to deal with this guy. Or, well, I guess that guy either. Just ran past. You can run past the demon crustacean. And, yep. There you go. It appears to be a massive circle of power. If one could remove the magic from this area. Subtle hidden game. Netflix Redgrimore. Okay, so the order is... I want to go through. Because these rooms will overlap in some ways, and you can go through some rooms. There is an order. I don't know if this is the best order, per se, but it's an order I got a couple years ago from a speedrun. I think the current speedrun in this game. Like, there's the... at least in one category. They use, like, cutscene glitches to skip chapters and whatnot. And then we're gonna dispel. Let's dispel my magic pool though. But we also have the shield on, so I'm not worried about dying here. I don't know if I need to kill the horror there. Didn't I dispel the magic? Oh, maybe he did that shield again. That's possible. Okay, well, I guess I didn't have to do that. For some reason I thought I did have to kill this guy to get past him. My mistake. Anyway. Oh, this is the guy I need to kill. If not, actually I don't necessarily need to kill him. Now that I look at it, I just need to dispel the magic. Yeah, I didn't need to kill. Actually, let me... There's other trappers I might have to deal with later, so... No, I mean, it's kill or be killed, after all. There's another trapper, but I... Did I kill him from here? Oh, not even glad. I knew I couldn't do that. We'll get there when we get there. This is the unfortunate thing about movement related to magic. The next chapter, it's definitely worse when it comes to having to effectively do little circles to get your magic back up. That's the right one? Yeah, that's the right one I wanted. There we go. Infinite running again. I think in the next chapter, it's better to do the magic pool. Because I believe it does make your magic maybe a little faster to recover. I want to say a speedrun did that, but I could be misremembering. Because the character is already in pretty good shape, so... Yeah, this is just an annoying chapter, and unfortunately we revisit it again. Simply with different puzzles. They don't do enough to really make it feel too much different besides just different puzzles. And the puzzles themselves, they're not bad, it's just compared to every other chapter where when you revisit it there are significant differences. Like, you know, they built a room here, or you can't access a room the same way. Or you can't access a room at all, or, you know, it's torn apart. Broken apart, decay from old age. Or the remnants of other people going through it. But when you revisit Enga again, it's basically just Enga. It looks the same. They don't make it look much different. I do like this angle here. One thing I like is that they did include some 3D models here. It makes it look, I guess, I don't know, convincing? I mean, you know, suspend your disbelief. But I do think it adds to the atmosphere in the right way. Like, compared to when you visit the outside the city, they don't include the 3D models for Enga. Which, mind you, totally fine. Just suspend your disbelief. I think just adding a few 3D models to when you see the outside of Enga would have done the trick, because it does the trick there. does the trick when you're on top of those giant towers. See, and this is why you do the rooms in a specific order. As they weave around each other. Some of them do. Some of them are one-offs, effectively. You never revisit again, but they might be connected to one that you do visit again. You also might be noticing that I don't really use the Mantarok spells too much. I think most of them, well, one, they take up too much magic, but also it's just a matter of... It's a matter of, what is it? They maybe make the game a little too easy? And because it explicitly breaks the rock, paper, scissors, I think in a way it makes it a little bit uninteresting. Like sometimes it's fun to put a rocket launcher to the rock, paper, scissors system, but at the same time it's... Some restraint is also good. Yeah, for an evil ancient city, it's just... I feel like they could have done a little more here. Okay, a little more liquid courage. Since there are no sanity effects, or very few sanity effects that can happen here. No point in keeping our sanity low. It's a real shame. We went to 6, we want to go to 8 next. I knew one of them would eventually have a trapper. Oh, we're back here again. Yeah, but I should have used a magic attack. What hit me? Oh, probably the magic from the other enemy. That's like just off screen. I mean, we were previously at this room. That's why I was saying I should have done the magic attack. We have... What's it? Oh, we have 4 more rooms. Seriously, without Magic Pool, this chapter, and frankly, most other chapters would be that much more annoying. And I guess they were during my first playthroughs. I only learned of the Magic Pool thing a couple of years ago. I don't know when, though. Worm? worm. Oh. Oh, hello. Enter the door, please. Thank you. Yeah, the order when we revisit it's slightly different. Actually, it's a good bit different, not slightly. Like the whoops. Oh. Here's the description. Oh, they probably assumed you went to this one first. That's why, because it's in the center, maybe. Or unless those prompts were in the other ones, I just missed them. And that one I just happened to get. Oh, hello. We're back here again. So how's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing alright. Or unfortunately at one of the low parts of one of my favorite games, but yeah, that is sometimes. Wonder if he'll kill the horror at some point. Although the magic attacks he's using at his own brethren, you could say. Oh wait, it's 1 and then 7. Alright, that's better than bad. Oh, for some reason I thought there was a trapper. Dang, the Shintak guy. And we were already in this room. Very briefly. Dang it, we're out of liquid courage. Whatever will we do? Fair enough. Listen, I think you might need it more than me. Re-encourage. Okay. I could. Magic courage. And that's the last one. Giant spell incoming. Now we need to leave. Were we here already? No, we weren't. No, we weren't. All right, later, dude. Yeah, like I said, an unfortunate dip in the pacing, but pick up. Oh, actually, what happens if I stay? What's... Actually, I can't. Are they gonna summon enemies? Maybe not. Oh, the ones I'm running past? Oh, no, you can kill them. I just don't... I don't want to. And I don't need to. It's not worth the hassle, really. Okay, I'm really curious about something. Can I say now? I'm really curious. You see, they do that, those effects to make it look like a lot of enemies are about to spawn. But I'm wondering, will a lot of enemies spawn there? Oh, you cheater. The game made it makes it look like a lot of enemies spawn or will spawn with that effect, but unless maybe if I had stayed longer they would, but it's a regular amount of enemies here. It's the same amount of enemies. Was curious though. Now we're off. See, even in the cutscenes, they make it look like a lot of enemies are there, but they didn't necessarily spawn more enemies. No, Grandpa, turn around. Ugh.
Master, I bring thee grave news. The colony of Guardians in the ruins of Engar has been decimated.
How he lost his head,
Without them,
literally.
I fear we are lost.
Your fears are unfounded, servant. This news is irrelevant. I have seen the future that will come to pass. In this vision, I see myself crushing Xenotoph as I was destined to do. My many mouths consume its body from all sides, gnawing at it until nothing remains.
You might not be looking at the correct timeline. No one tell him though.
This is what will be.
You would place all our faith in a vision?
Yes. Just as I have placed all my faith in you.
Dang, he went there. Note, dear Alex, left you a small surprise to keep you going when things seem to go awry. Several barrels of it in the basement. My guess is that I won't be needing it. Oh, yes, I've gone the real ending multiple times. Multiple times. I've played this game probably 15 times total, if not more. Bare minimum 15 times. Barrels of it. What's between the barrels? A pickaxe. Think I know where to use that. Yeah, quite literally. Maybe not since year 1. That's why 15 is kind of an estimate, but here's the way I break it down. So I know when I first played this game, all the way back in high school, many moons ago, I did get all 3 endings to get the real ending. All 3 branches to get the real branches. Then when I started streaming, I know for fact I skipped 1 year after I had done it the previous year. So I could maybe check, although it's kind of annoying to, if it had been year 1 where I did a playthrough of it. But I remember 1 year I didn't after I did the previous year. I think it was because I was really busy, particularly a year undergrad. And I have the timeline in my head is fuzzy because we're talking like 2011, 2012, 13-ish. But let's say I did only skip 1 year. I've been streaming for 11 years. Not to mention, I could have done one-off playthroughs because I played the game in like 2009, 2010. So long story short, 15 is an estimate. But it's a reasonably close estimate. And if anything, it could be more, so. But yes, this has basically been once a year. I want to say I'm trying to put it in, I'm just plugging in memories. Maybe I did stream in my first year and I didn't my second year because eventually, even in grad school, I was able to keep streaming because I was able to get a better balance in life, so to speak, so. I remember I was struggling 1 year in undergrad. Anyway, 15. Let's go with that. And this is the room the game begins in. With Alex's dream. And, Max's. Ugh. I guess they put a 3-point in here, if only because the room is so small. Probably didn't have space for another one. Time flies. Stethoscope. Hey. Page. The remains of 3 people. But there are clearly 4 occupied beds, only 3 skulls. What happened to the 4th? The journal. As I contemplated these ideas, my suspicions of my servants grew, and I became increasingly fearful of them. I began to watch them carefully. Days ago, I watched one of them stretch his neck. I could have sworn I saw a twist in a most peculiar direction, and a bulge of muscle tissue collect and grow in the most incorrect of manners, as if a bone was being displaced from its proper location, and something else moving. I stumbled away, knowing that I was surrounded by unholy creatures that wore the skins of mortal enemies, immortal men and women. I had to take action. Dear God, let my hand be swift and merciful, lest the world see more of these diabolical creatures. Okay, and enemy? Trappers. I was thinking, is it a bone thief? Oh, there is a bone thief. I heard the trapper first. Oh, and you could see the paint. You even saw the painting shift as I was coming up. Barely, though. I saw it. And here is when enemies start showing up. We're still going to ignore them, though. In fact, for the sake of demonstration, let's, well, I technically didn't need to do that either. But some, not all paintings. In fact, I think it's a... There are more paintings that don't change that do. But for the ones that do, it's pretty effective. But... Dude. Okay, get off me. Get off. Oh! Pff. Didn't mean to enter that. Get off me, get off me. They have good dodging skills. Okay, okay, so watch this painting in the back. I think that's the only one in this room that does that. Watch that painting. Okay, okay. We need to get more sanity, so keep watching it. Keep watching. Oh, look at that, look at that. Oh, I thought it was shifting. Huh. I thought it would... maybe it's because we're not... Oh, there we go. Okay, it just took a little more time to shift, but you saw it shift right there. Not every painting does that, but the more prominent ones, like that one, obviously is very prominent. You see it when you enter, like right here. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. It's subtle, but very effective. It just took a little time for it to shift. That makes sense. That makes sense. Not every painting does, though. The ones that do, get out of my way. It's very cool. Like, again, it's probably like, maybe not even a handful, barely a handful. Okay. The statue, yeah, and that happens all the time. Can somebody make that statue in the real world? I'm sure they exist. It'd be very easy. You put like a motion sensor or something, and it just follows you. Okay. Okay, so the safe here is super annoying. It's not like the safe in Killer 7, which it gives you. You don't even need to come up with a combo, it just gives you it. So here's what I do. I have it written down to make sure I don't miss it, because it's super annoying. Because they want you to listen for it, and even listening for it, it's super fiddly, so... Oh, all the way around. That's right. You can use the D-pad here to tick it, too, as well. There we go, and then... Right. Yep. It's very fiddly. So I figured, just save myself the headache. I played this game a million times. I can be nice to myself. Gotta make that statue in real life. And then when someone comments on it, you'll be like, what moving? It's always like that. What moving statue?
A storm approaches, Augustus. A storm of metal and fire. And a torrent of souls along with it. Young and vibrant.
Yes, I have seen it coming. A worthy sacrifice, I am sure, and one that will allow the greater guardian that resides below to finish its channeling. With this sacrifice of souls I make unto thee, Great One, the gate shall be ready to be opened, and your freedom shall be at hand.
Alright. Letter from Edward.
Dear Alexandra, if you are reading this, Alex, then I am surely dead.
I always forget this one is narrated.
Knowing that the police will contact my only living relative, I made sure to leave this message for you. As I write this letter, Pius Augustus is waiting for his chance to strike me down for what I have done to the Guardian City. I believe I have slowed Augustus's plans, but not stopped them completely. He will still try to bring his ancient into this world. You must continue what our ancestor Max has started. You must gather the artifacts and call forth an ancient to combat what Augustus brings into this world. Of the artifacts, there are 4. But one of these is in the clutches of Pius himself. They are the Black Heart of Mantarok, the Claw of Chiturga, the Sigil of Zelototh, the Veil of Uliauth. Your skill in the arcane science will not be as strong as Pius's, who has had 2 millennium to prepare his gate. You will need all the remaining artifacts to match his power. It all rests with you, my dear. I wish you well in this desperate act. I wish I had more guidance for you, but I am at my wit's end, and I feel I am running out of time. Your loving grandfather, Edward.
Thanks, Grandpa. Okay, save. And there we go. Penultimate chapter.
Wherever disaster and death lurk, there is likely to be an ancient just beyond our senses, waiting. They prey on our misfortune and exploit it toward their own twisted ends. When hundreds of oil fields are set ablaze on the heels of war, the ancient's grip tightens, knowing that lives will be forfeit and resources squandered. But a few people make a difference. People like Michael Edwards, a Canadian industrial firefighter hired to put an end to the insanity at the end of the war. Ironically for him, the insanity was just beginning.
This is what makes me think, like World War I, they don't necessarily cause it. They might fan the flames a bit, but for the most part, they're just taking advantage. You know, Pius and folks, so to speak. Like, they're involved in politics, but they're not explicitly the single cause.
I'm getting a little nervous about this one. It feels more out of control than the others. More powerful. I don't know how else to describe it.
This is the safest way to blow out these things. You've done this enough to know that. It's
Oh.
by the numbers, it's all good. Just relax.
That I can see them having more of a hand in.
And the water spray are there, so you're probably right. We've got 500 pounds of 80% nitroglycerin grade dynamite all in place. We're good to go.
Edward, you can pull your team back now. Get your team to a safe distance and we'll try to kill the fire.
Sure thing. Coming back now.
We're getting a pressure increase at the well cap.
Yellow magic? Or that might be electricity. I like to think it's yellow magic. In that context, I could see that being interpreted as electricity. There it is, the pillar of flesh. Oh yeah.
What the hell happened? They're all dead. McCormick, Patterson, all gone. Looks like they've been buried alive under tons of concrete.
Hey, Roberto.
Take this. Guard it well. Many have perished for it. Take it. Take it to the ruins of Engal. At the ruins, a gathering of light.
You want me to take this to some ruins under a house in Rhode Island?
Take it. Save us. All.
Thank you, mysterious ghost figure. And yep, unlike Pius, he made sure. Everyone makes sure to not touch the artifacts with their bare hands. There we go. Effigies and flashlight for our troubles. And he, because he's a firefighter, he's more in shape. But you know, it's more modern age, he doesn't believe in much of the magic. Or perhaps he just can't. In general, he just finds it hard to believe, which makes sense because we get the book quite a bit later. Not to mention, he's traumatized from, you know, the Gulf War. Low sanity, so and he's having a bit of a hard time in that regard, but this chapter has a bit of a respite. Gives you lots of guns, and when I can't remember if this guy was supposed to be the original playable character before they changed some plans for some reason. I feel like I read that somewhere, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Like all this ammo you get. But yeah, they give you guns now. A lot of guns, a lot of firepower. You even get grenades. And you get a lot of ammo with it. In general. Yeah, this is one of the longer times. You have to wait to get the book. Where are you? Oh. Stay down. Oh, okay. We're taking this. I'm just gonna leave. The trappers are having a party. Let's have some fun here. What is this again? Oh, that's a much more rapid fire than I thought. Oh! Oh, look at that. Like, they're stuck in the... Really stuck in their falling position. That's really funny. Oh, and if you finish them, I'm pretty sure... Oh, come on. With this mode, it just does... that. We have grenades. I kind of don't want to use them yet. Well, one, no enemy has really warranted it yet, but also two, close quarters, yeah, we get blown up too. And we still don't have the book. It's a nice statue of Enga. Or not of Enga, the Forbidden City. Enga was the place we were just at. Where are you? There we go. And... oh. Now we got the book. Took a little while. It took... I interpret it as everything taking a little bit to sink in. Like, you can't quite believe it, but the further you get, like, because the way it works, like, you have to kind of open your mind. Oh, poor Grandpa. They have to have their minds open to, well, the horrors. So it took him a little for it to sink in. Oh, dang. That's pretty significant. Didn't know it had that much of an impact. Okay, wait, wait. This might be the thing I was talking about last stream. Wait a minute. I'm enchanting my flashlight. I now have an enchanted flashlight. I knew it. I knew something. It wasn't the torch. Like I thought it was last time. They let you enchant your flashlight. This is the first time I've ever done it. I didn't know about it. I never thought to do it. I remember reading somewhere they let you do that. And now I have a purple flashlight. There's nothing you gain from enchanting your flashlight. That's so good. I love that. Whoever in the dev team decided to do that, thank you. I want to shake your hand. What are we feeling though, folks? We want to keep it purple? Do we want it red? A green light? I'm kind of fine on the purple. I think we'll keep it purple for now. That's so good. I love this game. Yeah, man. Dang. Learning the lore, as they say. I said this last stream, where I got this game because I knew about it from like websites and stuff, gaming websites. But I was randomly looking, maybe not randomly, I was just looking, oh, you know, I just want to get, you know, GameCube games. Some rarer than others. I found this game on the GameStop website for 12 bucks. With the box, not the manual at least, but still, that's pretty good. I ordered it, came to my house. Well, maybe it's I want to say 12. I think 12 sounds right. Maybe might not include shipping. Like I remember being shocked. I'm like, okay. I think at the time I had to ask my mom for her credit card because, you know, I was too young to have a credit card then, but besides the point. Anyway, yeah, I was looking at the GameStop website. Grenade. Oh, that didn't. Oh, that. Darn you. We'll use that later. That makes sense. And then I ordered it, and yeah. The rest is history. Yeah, 20 bucks is also a pretty good deal. Ooh, I should put my magic pool on. Saving up for chores, huh? Yep, we were both young. Both youngins. Okay, so let me actually do the magic pool. For magic. I think I remember checking even the GameStop website after that. And yeah, it was like sold out, so I don't wanna say, oh, I definitively bought the last copy that they had at the time, but I guess that's what I'm saying. I definitively got the last copy that they had at the time. Yeah, GameStop. Super scummy company. But at the very least, I could take advantage of deals. Worm? Worm. Oh. I've looked into getting the manual, but... Dummy, wrong. Why'd you think green? Green is weak against dummy. I remember looking for the manual a couple, like last year or something, and I'm like, I'm not spending 40 bucks for effectively paper. Couple bucks I would. But I also do own the JP version. I've actually played the JP version. It's the same, except, well, in Japanese. There aren't really any major version differences, so I haven't bothered streaming it. Wait, now I know I can confirm it's over 15 because I played the JP version at least once. So I realized it was the same. So yeah, we can say that. Yeah. 200. Oh dang, doesn't surprise me. Yeah, we're running past you folks. Just the manual's like, come on. Oh, our light is, Here, you know what? Let's go green. Oh, dude, what you doing? So silly, I love it. Again, I want to shake the hand of whoever on the dev team. Decided to put that in. Oh, we're back here. We can run away now. I still wish they would have let you do that for the torch, though. I think it would have been cool to have, like, a green torch. Doesn't it vary? You know, that would be logical. Here, let's do enchant. Do 3 point, or rather 7 point. Because it makes spells stronger, not just last longer. Does that make my light more intense? Does this look more intense? I can't really tell. Maybe? I want to say no. I'm not sure if we're looking for... I'm not sure if we're talking a placebo effect here. Like, we want it to be stronger looking. Bigger room? Fair. Yeah, with the light, I think that was a little Easter egg they put in to have that. It's still really funny. Neat. They let you do that. Ooh. A magic attack, it hones in on everything. Homes in on everything. Okay, wait, well let's just stand still. Let's test it now while I have the magic pool going. Let's now switch to red. I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna move. We now have a red light. Okay, let's remember this. I'm even gonna take a sip of water to let it sink in. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Now. Oh, stop moving. Yeah, I don't think that made it more intense. Very slightly? Okay, maybe you're... I'll have to look at the VOD. It could be also, maybe it looks better on stream then. Okay, let's try it again. Well, let's do... We haven't done blue yet, have we? We haven't done blue yet. 3-point blue. Wait, yeah, I think I see it. Or maybe. Okay, listen. Blood from the ceiling. You're not helping me. Wait. Pillars at the bottom? Bottom of the pillars. I'm not sure if I see it. Well, anyway, I have the VOD, but But the VOD is there, so I think I can just look at it again. Maybe it'd just be my TV making it. Okay, wait. Okay, it's time. Wait, don't. Okay, okay. There we go. That's where now we're using grenades. Yeah, but it's still I still think it's a really fun. But they let you do that at all. Oh, come on. Okay. We're feeling need to be a little more hands-on here. Oh, curse you, dude. What? Hello? Cheap shots. I realized what I did wrong. You know what? Okay. We have one more grenade, don't we? Yeah. Oh, hello. Okay, you guys are just torsos. You can't even do anything. Can I? I don't have an upper magic pool. That's fine though. Depicts a sorcerer casting a spell. And you can technically miss these, but the game pretty heavily highlights them, so it's unlikely you'll miss them. I mean, it can happen. Like I said, it can happen. We're gonna get an optional item. Proud Warrior. And because the statues are bowing down to their power. Wait. That means you have to put the one that's weak to them. And a female scholar. That makes sense because the way it's done, not to say that you could really say that Eldritch abominations have genders as we know them. But at least in terms of how they're sort of depicted and with their voice actors. Xel'Lotath has female voice actors, the other ones have male, so it makes sense for the Xel'Lotaths here to be scholar. A female scholar. And we get a totally optional item down those steps. Let's do... I want to give myself a little heal just to be sure. I don't think I'll die, but I think insanity is low anyway. I'm going to be taken, or will get lower anyway. Especially when we're running, I don't want to die just because my sanity is low. An enchanted Gladius. But we can't use it yet. Only the Guardian of Light, but it's enchanted with a permanent 7-point spell. And you'll get to see what it does. There's actually a small effect that a lot of people miss, and I missed it until I read about it. Probably like a good 10 years after I played the game, and I'll talk about that later. Nope. Oh, we're about to get to possibly the most tacked on and worthless spell in the game. I'll curse you. Rubble, we can't enter that room anymore. And one reason why this is my favorite environment, I would say, is because you see it morph so much. Especially compared to some of the other ones. Like, every other chapter does change for the most part, in different ways, but I think that the changes to this chapter are so significant. It helps because I think it's the first environment, so you're already more familiar with it. They want to impress you by showing, oh, here's the first environment. So it becomes all the more impressive the more they change it. Technically first, because of the mansion first. And here we go, the most useless spell in the game. It's quite literally just a puzzle spell, you could say. There are only 2 puzzles in the game. I realized when I said puzzle spell, there are other spells that are basically puzzle spells as well. But this one is like, I guess you could say a very specific puzzle. Just like literally 2 puzzles. Because at least reveal invisible, you use that quite a bit. And it makes sense. Like, they hide things that are invisible. Here, they have to sort of force a very contrived situation here. Put 2 enemies side by side. You basically briefly bind them so that they're on your side. There's very little reason. I'm not sure if you can even use it normally. Maybe you can, but it does not feel like the best use of your time. Like, yeah, Reveal Invisible is, you know, a puzzle spell, but you use it a couple times. It helps that you get it pretty early on. And the Mantarok one is also, it makes you invisible, so that makes it worthwhile. Damage field, it's not mandatory, but it's a good defensive spell. I use a 3-point a lot. The spell has its use quite a bit. Yeah, this one is just literally 2 puzzles at the end of the game. This being one of them. They're both red? Yep. It just aligns them, aligns one of them to your side. It's so, I don't know, so narrow, so late. They have to put enemies in barriers for you. Just feels that much more contrived. Oh, we're back here, except it's not looking so hot. Subtle game. He's still on my side, and now he's no longer on my side. Alright, see you later, dude. Oh, hello.
What's going on here?
Wait, that spell not count? That spell didn't count because I was in a sanity effect. Oh, curse you, game. Evil whispering intensifies. Yeah, I think the magic pool is doing its work, because I realize I haven't had to do so much, you know, walking around in place. Like here, I would normally do that. There aren't worms around here. Oh, who knew there were worms around here? Let's see. My shield is alright. Alright. Oh, come on. Someone must end this madness. A bomb here would be enough. Bring the whole place down. Okay, so you do explicitly need a 7-point spell here. And here, before we do that, I just want my flashlight to be purple again. There you go. Okay, do I have enough to enchant? Oh, I don't need a purple bomb, though. Oh yeah, we have more than enough. And here we go. 3 minutes.
3 minutes until detonation.
I wonder, do you have enough time to kill all the enemies that show up when you're trying to make your valiant escape? I don't think you can. No, maybe. No, okay, no, I don't think you have enough time. The more I look at this, the more I'm like, oh, you have to be super efficient. That'd be an interesting, challenge run, so to speak? Curiosity, could you kill everything in your escape? Yeah, see, this is,
2 minutes till detonation.
yeah, no, I want to say you don't have enough time, but I also want to say you do, because it's technically not that far of a walk, but there are a lot of enemies. Anyway, out of the Forbidden City, and it's gone forever.
Thanks for coming. I didn't think you'd show.
Look, I have no idea who you...
I think you do. Just as much as I know you know. Now let's be quick. The Guardians know where I am, and I won't last the night. But that's not the point.
What's this?
Something you need. Don't open it here. Only in privacy. They can sense it if it's not shrouded.
Is it one of the artifacts?
You must leave now. But there's something I have to do before they get to me. I can't protect you if they find us. Good luck.
I believe in an early draft, they actually had Michael kill himself rather than being killed by the Ancients. I think that was maybe a little too grisly. They leave his fate here ambiguous. Oh, they've got that planetary alignment. But there's also the sense that he kind of knows what's going on now. He's aware of the Ancients. If they ever made a follow-up, a hypothetical follow-up, I think it would have been really neat had they included Michael again. It's not. He's not in the hall with the rest of the statues. I think it would be neat of all characters whose depending on how a theoretical sequel would map out, would line up in a timeline. If it happened a few years later, he could potentially still be alive, or potentially they could show him in the time between there, and then meeting Grandpa. Finally, this room has its use. I'm gonna take a break soon. Not that there's too much game left. This is the last chapter. But I think I just need a quick break before the end. Since I have been streaming for 3 hours. But let me at least get down to the basement. And then let me show you a thing or two before we get down there. You see, he gave Grandpa some things, and yet Grandpa doesn't have them? A package had to be arranged? It is not addressed to anyone, and appears to have been wrapped in a hurry. So we got the final essence, and we got the enchanted gladius. And here's a cool thing. So it's not just you get a fancy 7-point enchanted gladius. What's cool is that it's actually a projectile weapon. You can see it embedded in that zombie. The range can be a little fiddly, but this is a projectile sword. It's also fiddly to get it to work. Okay, I didn't know that could happen. Can I get all 3 of them with a sword in their head? I genuinely didn't realize I could leave it that way. Leave them that way for that long. Oh, rip. Dang it. Yeah, it can be fiddly to get it to throw. But hey, projectile sword. Yeah, see, it's not launching. Now it is. It's rather fiddly. You can see the sword, it's still embedded, and then, but yet it comes back into my hand. Oh, where are you going, dude? And we can finally go down here. Perhaps sealed by Maximilian Roivas all those years ago. Alright, we have to do Enga again. Where is it? And unfortunately, yeah, it's not much better. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save. And I'm going to take a small break. Usual 10 minutes or so. And then we'll be back to finish the game, so. Let's see, what do we got here? Pick the music. Let's see. There we go. Alright, so I'll see you in 10. Alright, a little less than 10, but didn't need too long of a break, especially since we're so close to the end. Okay, I'm dreading this. Fortunately, the final boss picks up. But End God, yeah, it's not any better second time around. You could say it's even worse. In fact, I will say it's worse. Because, yeah, there are yellow magic floors for the entire thing. There's no reason to do this, just besides to annoy you, which maybe perhaps is the point. Even worse, they're a little unfair there, because there is a barrier there, which I know is there. You can faintly see it. Oh, this will undo my pool. That's fine. I have enough magic. You ready to mess? Welcome. How goes it? You've tuned into the very last level. We're at the home stretch, but we're gonna be here a while. And the order here is different. The order here is different. Oh. Must be restored to its former state. Someone was messing around. Still scare me? Maybe scare is not the right word. It still does get under my skin. I think the atmosphere still gets to me. And there are a few sound effects that, of course, make me jump a little. I'm not sure if scare is the right word, I think. I think it makes me feel tense. Tense in a good way. There we go. Now it's time to put the magic in place. I think even, like, what? You can say that about horror movies. I mean, once you watch it enough times, you know the scares, but if it's well done, you can still feel that same tension, even if you know what's coming. And there we go. It's back. A dinosaur story. Alex needs to match the power and destroy the ancient he plans to bring. So we need to summon our own big bad to take care of him, and it takes all the power of the other essences and another 9-point spell. So, okay. Strap yourself in. We'll be here for a while. Yeah, thing's a classic. Craftsmanship is there, it's all you need. I don't even need to look at what it is. I know I need to summon creature, and in the parentheses, it'll say, literally, summon creature. And curse you again, game, for making me do this. I had to spell my own magic pool. I had a bit of a frame drop there. There's you. We should be good though. We do this in a specific order based on how you're teleported and how the puzzles go. I don't know if they use a different order in speedruns now. I've used this order for the past couple of years, not too long though. Four, yes. So this one is annoying. I'm not even going to trigger it because it takes so long to not trigger. They're very subtle hints. You would ever need to do this, if almost none. But you need to walk along here so you don't trigger it. Trigger a worm. Not even sure of the game. Now that I think about it, does the game even really give you a hint to do that? I mean, it might be more a matter of what tools you have. Yep, just barely. I should rewatch the thing. It's been a while. A couple years. There's a sequel to it. There's also a board game. Well, there's also a video game. I heard the board game is actually pretty fun. I can't remember what the reaction to the game was. Video game was. Because this is what I always use. Ooh, careful. Magic attack for. This is why I always have a 3-point magic attack hotkeyed to take care of rooms of trappers. Did 5, now we're doing 3. It's a shame. They don't really do enough to make this feel too much different, and they just make it more annoying with the yellow wolves. I was actually thinking, when do we get to the zoo? Yeah, 55. More than a lot of people. How goes it? Nearing the end. Final chapter. Fortunately, the pacing goes down quite a bit, but it picks up at the final boss himself. So. Oh, what's that supposed to be? There looks like a... The other creatures. That looks like a... To the top left, that is. A killer crockers on them. Can't tell what that's to my upright. Oh, very nice, yeah. Especially RPGs. Very easy to drop because they take so long. Can't tell what that's supposed to be... Yeah, more killer croc. Yep, and yep, the horror drops right in. I've thought about using the monsters to kill the monsters, but you really don't need to. It feels a little niche. I remember for Final, not for 7, I haven't played 7, but for 6, I dropped that at least once or twice. I'm glad I finished it eventually because it's, you know, excellent game, one of my favorites now. Sometimes you just don't have the time, or escapes you for one reason or another. Three, now we go to 9. Yes, for a couple of years. Good number. No, yeah, good number of years actually. Albeit a lot more bad than good. Let's just say that. I know after this, they, I want to say their next major project. I could be wrong. There's one or two minor things, but beside that. But their next major project was Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. A remake of Metal Gear Solid 1. And then after that, they split from Nintendo. Because they were previously owned by Nintendo at the time with this game. That's why Nintendo published this game. As well as Twin Snakes, I believe. But then after that, yeah, things were not very good for Silicon Knights. They're most famously known for falling apart after Mr. Nintendo was no longer making sure that they finished their games properly. I think 2 Human is the next quote-unquote famous game they made after Twin Snakes, although I guess you could say that it's more infamous than anything. Although I think 2 Human, they re-released that for free. Not, well, they as in, I guess, Microsoft. I think you can download it on a modern Xbox console, which is, even they expressed surprise about that. Like, yeah, we never thought it'd happen, but here you go. Legacy, yes, they made Legacy of Kain. I believe so. That was before this game, I want to say. Timeline in my head. I think Legacy of Kain is well known enough. I recognize the name. I want to say that came before this game, but it might have come, like, I don't know, between, so to speak. Will a 3-point here work? No. Curse you. Okay, first, okay, so it was before this game. I kind of want to play 2 Human, to be honest, just out of morbid curiosity. Alas, I don't have an Xbox system, so not that I want one. But I'd be really curious. Be like, okay, well they had ambitions, but doesn't mean it ultimately came together. I'm going to go 6. But then why would I play a game out of morbid curiosity when I have other games to play that I actually want to play? Never know. Yeah, but yeah, they died not long after 2 Human. The director tried making a spiritual successor to this game. But yeah, it didn't pan out the game. This game is ultimately too niche. Leaning too much on it. The poor behavior of the very poor behavior, to say the least. As well as some lawsuits. The vice president or whatever of Silicon Knights was arrested for some pretty nasty charges too. Yeah, the Silicon Knights died a not very noble death. Maybe I'll play their earlier games before Eternal Darkness, but they're not really. For one reason or another, just on high priority. I have other games to play. There are 3 trappers in here, dude. See, there aren't even enemies, too many enemies to even lower your sanity. Just, it's just such a flat environment, really. And they don't really do enough interesting things with the puzzles and with revisiting it. Oh, they are getting remasters. Oh, I didn't know that. Have you played them yourself then? Oh, okay. Just making sure. Did not know that, though. Oh, there we go. Last tower. And I'm pretty sure Pius explicitly does dispel all magic spell. So I'm not even going to bother resetting any of my spells. I'm just going to go in. I'm not going to bother enchanting anything. Oh, this room. I was thinking about this room earlier. They mishandled a lot of things. So. And I don't really know the optimal way of taking care of this room, but I'm just gonna do a magic attack, and I think I always do a level 7 point, and it just works. I don't remember if just a lower tier one does. Yeah, it just always works that way. Why not just top off my sanity? And by the time I get there, my magic should be back to the top, because it's a long walk. And that should be the last one, but that's fine. We still have our magic pool. Yep, let me just wait for my magic pool to get to the top. Parasite Eve. I've heard good things about Parasite Eve. It always sounded like an interesting series. There's a lot of ambitious, I'm gonna say RPGs in general, but just you know, in general, Square Enix was ambitious. Lots of ambitious things were happening on the PS1. Okay, so we're just gonna equip the sword. I'm not even gonna bother to put a shield because I want to say that he just does dispel magic. So I'm not even gonna bother, even if he didn't. It's like, so whatever. I know how to fight this boss. And fortunately, this game is nice enough to at least put a save point right there. It's the only time they do it. Interesting. Okay, let's go. Final boss.
Miss Roivas, you're just in time. The summoning spell I began 2,000 years ago is finally complete. You will now have the honor of becoming the first morsel for my lord, Chattur'gha. An appetizer for the banquet your race shall provide.
You forget what it means to be human, Pius. The human race will never go quietly into the darkness. For as long as you have spent summoning your lord, people have struggled against you. Now, thanks to their efforts, I have 3 of the Ancient's essences. Now, Pius, this is the end.
The end indeed.
Yep, he summoned his space lobster. Well, what do I summon? Wait for it. I summon my blue space jellyfish. Alright, final boss! Get to use my projectile sword. Oh, that's so good, man. I love that. Name the other one? Okay, name. No, I tend not to. But I have been thinking of rewatching something. I figured in spirit, may as well watch at least one spooky thing. I was thinking of maybe rewatching Audition. But also, I was thinking of rewatching one of my favorite horror films by Hong Kong director Fruit Chan is Dumplings. Yeah, for whatever reason, I tend not to do too much, spooky watching or reading. If I do, it tends to be a coincidence besides just playing Eternal Darkness. But those have been in my brain. I feel like, okay, maybe I should at least watch one thing in the spirit, you could say. Where are you? Oh, no, unless you're watching anything. Actually, wonder if I could. Oh, come on, not quite. Almost. Thought I could get a 7-point spell there. 7-point shield there, I could not. Oh, that's why I do that right there. That worked. Rosemary's Baby. Haven't watched that. Maybe I should. Ooh, barely, barely. Got too close to me. Meanwhile, in space... Oh. Now you're thinking with portals. Seriously, the projectile sword can be finicky, but it helps that this boss feels almost designed for it. Oh, hello. Cue Tim Curry. Oh, that's Tim Curry in it. Didn't know we needed Nigel Thornberry here. Can I use magic as... I can't. I didn't think I could. As I'm playing as the other characters. There we go. Broke that essence. Oh, there we go. Telefragging for you. Running around. Oh, come on. I don't want to risk this. Actually, I might be able to. Because the scatter shot on the thing, and here, I kind of don't want to use the Mantarok spell. That almost feels cheap. Let's just do the regular alignment. Oh, you put your barrier there, but then you walk out of it. I'll be careful here. I've almost died to him before. Ooh, I thought he'd be doing a shield. Oh, we're both a little sickly. We bad? Who climbs upstairs better? That should be good. Oh, come on. I don't want to risk doing too much too close to him. I'm not. I keep doing that. Well played, Pius. Well played, Pius. I should have reloaded my shotgun. This would have been faster had I reloaded my shotgun. Okay, we good. Yeah, had I reloaded my shotgun, we would have been in a better spot, but GG. And our space jellyfish wins. Happy ending, right? We got rid of the evil space lobster, and now we have an evil space jellyfish who's come to destroy us all. Happy ending. Hello, Ben Bob, welcome. No, I like the boss. To me, it's the right difficulty.
The darkness is not so easily destroyed. No.
This game only has 2 bosses, so maybe they didn't want it to be too difficult. Maybe they should have put in a hard mode. They make it even scarier, somehow. Oh, dang, and she realizes what she did. You want to challenge yourself, just...
Quickly, Alex! We must find this creature! It cannot be allowed to remain in this universe!
You do want to do your own hard mode. Perhaps, do so without getting the codexes.
Oh no, you don't want to do that again. Good heaven, no, not that one. Nor that one either. Come on, Edward. It hasn't been that long since you researched this stuff. Oh no, you don't want to do that again.
No, it happens to the best of us.
Ah, that's the ticket.
So they throw in a little bit of humor right at the end there. Okay, unfortunately, we've dispelled... I always do a CQC run. Use your fists to kill everything.
Over, my dear. The Ancients' plans are finished. For now, at least. You have proved to be an incredible incredibly courageous young woman. Your mother and father would have been proud of you, just as I am. I'm sorry it had to be like this. It's not quite the inheritance I had in mind for you, but there was so little time, and so much to do. Goodbye, Alex. I will miss you.
Kill the Black Guardian with your
Where
fists.
emptiness had been, new knowledge now seeped inside. Something happened then. I realized that I was not the only one, that there were many others like me, in other places, other universes, fighting the same fight, all to serve the needs of the great ancient, and to have my world spared from eternal darkness.
And true ending.
So it comes to pass. Of the three ancients, there is nothing. The mighty Chattur'gha has obliterated the insanity of Xel'lotath. The madness of Xel'lotath has overcome the power of Ulyaoth. The boundless Ulyaoth has decimated the power of Chattur'gha. All at once, separate and simultaneous. For the universe is made of many time streams, many possibilities, all in harmonious synchronicity. Only Mantarok remains, slowly dying. Mantarok, keeper, overseer, warden of ancients, chaos, an entity trapped between the veils of reality and the enchanted stakes that impale its flesh. Unable to rally its guardians, it could rely only on its subtle manipulations of the Roivas family to destroy its enemies. Knowing the nature of the ancients, it used its pawns to play them against each other, resulting in their mutual annihilation. Now it will languish forever, festering in its tomb, plotting.
Ah, there you go. Another playthrough of Eternal Darkness Down. Yeah, and that is the cutscene you get when you do all three branches. Yeah, but they justify the New Game Plus. Each a different timeline, and then Mantarok effectively, say, merges the timelines, or something like that. Mantarok can manipulate time. Everyone else is just playing checkers, and Mantarok's playing chess. Keep winning all along. Oh, great game. Also did reference that yellow magic appears every now and again. It was stated that it's also related to another Lovecraft idea. Yellow Eldritch God, so they made sure to put that in. If you notice, yellow magic takes place. Happens in a few small but effective bits, like the scroll that was meant for Charlemagne in Anthony's chapter. That was yellow magic. Stuff like that. Just, yeah, it's a great world. We only got one game. I do think this had the concept in the world had enough legs to do more if they wanted to, but it's also sometimes just better just to have the one and done. We got a great classic. I played this 15 times or more. Been playing it for, I think, when did I get it? 13 years ago? 14 years ago? Maybe 15 years ago. Around that. Yeah, this game has stuck with me since, and well, hey, we'll do it again next year. Oh, there's Chris Zimmerman, yep. That's why there's so many Metal Gear Solid actors in here. They're also the voice director for Suda games. Maybe even David Hayter is in this game. I have the urge to just look back at the N64 footage that we got. There are a number of scenes that, not a lot, but at least a small handful that you could see in some form. Still, just waiting for the day there's a potential leak of the N64 version. Or you know, pieces of it. I doubt there's a full finished N64 ROM floating around in Nintendo headquarters on a computer somewhere. Oh, yep. That he did. That he did. Okay, this stream was actually a little longer than I thought. I guess I took my time. I took a break. Still. I expected this to be closer to 3.5 hours. We're closer to 4. Which is fine. I mean, I planned it out just in case anyway. Streamed at my regular time. Always gives me a little bit to work with anyway. Waiting for the music to... I can never remember if the music will eventually stop or if I press a button. One of those games where it does that. I'm just gonna wait here, game. Just gonna wait here, game. Okay. I never remember, so we're just gonna wait. Oh, the music restarts. I have to press start, it looks like it. Huh. There you have it, though. Eternal Darkness. Okay. Oh, I remember this because I flashed the screen's flashing because I boot this up from an ISO and it's kind of weird. Like that. But yeah, a lot of fun. We're gonna do it again next year. As we often do. And then the year after that, and the year after that. I look forward to it every year, so I don't mind. And with that, I am done for the day. Yep, another annual tradition down. So, what's next? I don't know. I was thinking about squeezing in a playthrough of the PS3 version of Shadows of the Dam, one last one. I'm not sure if I want to do that on stream the more I've been thinking about it, because the remaster is coming out in about 10 days. So yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do that. Last time I did it on the lowest difficulty. This would be on the highest difficulty, and I did it in one sitting. I'm not sure if I want to do it in one sitting again, but maybe it'll be Let It Die. I was grinding No More Heroes so much, I think it worked out that the Eternal Darkness playthrough happened. I was able to put it in right after I got the bitter time that I did. I don't know. We'll see. The next time I could stream would be Friday. Maybe Saturday. It'd be most likely Friday, as it usually is, although I've been able to squeeze in some Saturday streams. Yeah, I don't know. So there's a chance it might be Shadows of the Damned, but I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see. I want to take a small break from No More Heroes. But let's see. How many people? Yeah, got a good amount of people. I'm not seeing a raid target, though. One that I want to send you to. A game that I want to send you to. Is anybody I know streaming Let It Die? Tends to be one or two people. No. Oh, well. I'll leave y'all to be. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens on Friday. If it's Friday. Yeah, I'm a little indecisive. I'm not sure what I want to do, but viewership is always appreciated. I'll see y'all later. Take care.